She kissed like thunder, then left like steam. Wrote her goodbyes in a half-burned dream. I built a fire where footprints froze. She turned away before the first light rose. Gave her the map carved from my skin. She found the exit and broke back in. Stole my peace in the name of fun. Left me praying to a setting sun. She never looked back, not once, not right. But I learned the truth in the dead of night. Now I ride with her ashes in the rear view. Smoke in my lungs, but the sky's turning new. She ain't the storm, just a breeze I outgrew. She lost a heart that never withdrew. No more chains, no more weight. She's just ashes in the path I paved. I sang her song on rusted strings. Watched them drown in the flood she brings. But a man don't beg and a flame don't crawl. I learned to stand when I learned to fall. She called me home, then lit the fuse. But I walk roads where she can't choose. Now I ride with her ashes in the rear view. The past don't speak when the fire burns through. She don't know what she threw into blue. But I wear the scars like a badge of truth. No more ache, no more sway. She's just ashes in the path I blade. Let the wind write her name on stone. Let the rain wash what's overgrown. I ain't her ghost, I ain't her game. I'm the flame she couldn't take. Yeah, I ride with her ashes in the rear view. One last match and a long neck brew. She won't find the man she once knew. He's long gone and she's long due. No more change, no more say. She's just ashes in my rear view grave. You lit your lies like sacred fires, wore your guilt in silken choirs, told me love was something real while burying blades behind the field. I saw the storm behind your grace, heard the truth in your quiet place, but I stayed 'cause broken men still pray to ghosts dressed up like friends. But I won't bleed for you no more. You can drown behind that door. You killed a part, but not the whole. I'm still the man you tried to stole. Now I ride heart the flawless bride, while I dug graves for all your lies. But now my soul's no longer caged. I burned your name right off my page. I don't need revenge or fire, I got silence raw and higher. You lost me slow, day by day, and I learned how to walk away. No, I won't crawl through shattered glass or beg for love that doesn't last. You killed a part, but not the whole. I'm still the man you tried to stole. Now I ride with wounds on, a king of ashes, not a throne. To ride while your crown rusts where truth died. No, I won't bleed for you again. This road remembers where I've been. You burned me slow and thought I'd fold, but I turned scars into gold. Now I ride with wounds on, a king of ashes, and I ride out alone.
Light still leans where you once read, your coffee cup still by the bed, and I walk slow like you might wake from the dust, from the ache, from the quiet heartbreak. The floor don't creak unless it's late, like it waits for you at the gate. And me, I just replay your steps in a house that learned how silence wept. I talk to the chair that knew my name, still holding shape, still holding blame. I light no candles, I don't pray, but I still set your plate each day. You're not coming home, I get it, I do, but the chair still waits like I still do. Oh, coat hangs like it won't let go. It smells of storms and borrowed hope. I keep your boots just where they fell, like they might move if I don't tell. They say move on, but they don't see how grief keeps whispering back to me. Not in words, just empty sound, in the way your footsteps never drown. I talk to the chair that knew my name, still worn down, soft, still framed in flame. No priest can speak, no time can mend the echo you left at the bitter end. You're not coming home, I whisper it through, but the chair still waits like I still do. Some nights I think I see your hand reach out across the table span, but when I blink it's just the breeze, So I talk to the chair that won't forget, still warm with weight, still cold with death. I don't burn it, I don't sell, I just sit and breathe inside this shell. You're not coming home, but that ain't new, 'cause the chair still waits like I still do.
They crack my bones just to hear the sound. Thought I'd beg when they pushed me down, but my breath is steel and my will don't shake. I built from the pain they tried to break. I've slept in fire, bled through stone, laughed at ghosts when I stood alone. They closed the doors and lit their flame, but I turned that blaze into my name. Let them curse, let them cheer, I walk through both without fear. I don't fall, I rise, with a war in my chest and bloodshot eyes. They can chain my hands, they can spit my name, but I don't break, I don't play their game. I don't crawl, I don't apologize. I don't fall, I rise. They buried hope where I once stood, but I clawed through ash like legends would. Their silence loud, their smiles fake, but I found strength in every ache. So carve your doubts in my rusted skin. I wear your hate like second wind. The world may wound, the world may try, but I'm too wild to die. I don't fall, I rise, with thunder veins and rebel pride. They can tear my flag, they can burn my past, but I walk ahead while they collapse. I don't kneel, I don't disguise. I don't fall, I rise.
They said your name like a curse to keep. Warn me softly, don't fall too deep. But I saw your eyes where the silence grows, in a field of thorns where no one goes. We touch like secrets past in flame. No rings, no vows, just truth and shame. You held my heart in your shaking hands, like a rebel oath that no law stands. They prayed we'd break, they screamed it loud, but love don't ask to be allowed. We burn where we weren't meant to burn. Lit the night You wore your scars like ancient lace, and I kissed the tears they called disgrace. They drew their lines, we crossed them blind, built our heaven in outlaw time. If the angels won't sing for the love we made, let the thunder howl, let the sky cascade. I choose this fire, this pain, this war, just to feel your breath once more. We burned where we weren't meant to burn, while the world watched waiting their turn. But we held fast, we didn't fall. Love like thieves of something gold. No tomb, no cross, no final urn can bury the truth our hearts have learned. We burned where we weren't meant to burn.
Woke up with dust where my dreams had slept. My name felt foreign, like something I left. Walls too quiet, the bed too wide. In the mirror don't know who stands inside. They dressed me in roles I never chose, taught me to smile and never oppose. I said I'm fine with a bleeding tongue, buried the songs I should have sung.
But silence don't mean peace of mind, it just means parts of me got left behind. And I won't lay down in a life that's fake, can't bend forever, just not to break. If I must burn to feel the heat, then let me rise in blisters, not defeat. Ashes ain't home, I won't stay cold. This story's mine, I'll make it bold.
I've swallowed yes when I meant no, sat in the back just to let it go. But I miss the voice I used to trust, the one that kicked and screamed and cussed.
I've lost years to the sound of should, tried to bloom where nothing ever stood. But I'm not here to fit the frame, I came to break it, light my name. I won't lay down in a life that's fake, can't bend forever, just not to break. I chose the path when the lights went black. Lost the melody, lost the track. The moon looked on but turned away, and hope forgot the words to say. I knelt in ash where silence grows, with broken wings and bloody toes. But in my chest a tremor stirred, not loud, just one defiant word. You don't need a place to feel the dawn. Sometimes surviving is moving on. Even when the stars forget your name, you can still stand in the pouring rain. I don't need a map, I don't need a road. I've got my breath and I've got hope.
I've held goodbyes in trembling hands, buried love in shifting sands. I've watched belief get crushed like stone, but never felt completely gone.
The dark can blind but not erase. The embers burn the soul's own trace. And when the sky forgets to weep, the dreamer still knows how to leave. Let the ground crack, let thunder wail. I'll plant my feet where angels pale. No flag, no fame, no war to win, just bones that rise and heart within. You don't need a blaze to feel the dawn. Sometimes the truth is barely drawn. But even lost in wind and smoke, I speak, I breathe, I do not choke. And when the noise becomes too loud, I build my voice beneath the clouds. I don't need a throne or hands to cold. I rise alone, carried by hope. So if you fall and find no rope, close your eyes, there's still hope.
She didn't knock, just claimed the room, with smoke in her breath and a kiss like doom. One glance, my soul went blind. One laugh, I left my name behind. She struck a match on my bare chest, lit the truth, I tried to rest. I reached for light, I begged for rain, but she drew maps in all my pain. I burned where she stood, where her shadow fell, like a preacher damned in his own shell. She wasn't soft, she wasn't kind, just a storm I let rewrite my spine. No prayer could drown, no tear could cool the fire she left in a willing fool. She etched her name in my shaking bones, like a hymn made out of broken tones. She never asked, she just devoured, tore through me like a midnight hour. Now every wall bears her breath, and every silence smells like death. She kissed like war, she left like smoke. I'm still coughing on the words she spoke. It wasn't love, it like moonlight frozen in a jar. I try to sleep, but I still see the flame she left instead of me. I burn where she stood, and I don't regret. Some sins you hold, some you can't forget. She didn't break, she branded through. Now every mile leads back to you. She was the sweetest kind of hell, and I'd go again if truth won't tell. I ain't the same since she carved a flame, and I burn still where she once came. I lost my roof, I lost my name. I watched the fire forget the flame. The porch fell first, the walls gave in, and I stood still in my own skin. They called it fate, they called it done, but I ain't the kind that ever runs. I slept in rooms where gold was prayed, and built a throne from what's decayed. I'm born of dust and iron rust, raised on hunger, stitched by trust. They tore me down, but here I stay. One nail, one breath, one brutal day. Ain't no choir, no crown, no praise, just me and dirt and unlit blaze. I ain't their saint, I'm no parade. I'm born of dust and iron rust, and I don't fade. I learned to bleed and not to break, to swing a hammer when the world takes. They saw a crack, I saw a path where pain became my aftermath. No sermons came, no hands reached low, so I became the fire I know. With busted ribs and crooked grace, I built a man they can't replace. They whisper now, but they weren't near when silence screamed inside my ear. No glory then, no helping hand, just ash and bone and broken land. I'm born of dust and chains and rain, the kind of soul you can't explain. I walked through wreckage, didn't kneel, and every scar taught me to feel. They built with stone, I built with pain, a crown of rust, a warrior's name. This ain't clean, but it's still flame. I'm born of dust and iron rust, and I remain. No blueprint, no mercy, just what's left and what I build next.